Okay, so when you're creating doors, you do not insert doors. Let's see. If you go here and add a door, DR is the shortcut, right? So you can place a door like so, but notice it wants to delete elements or instances of the elements. So if you delete, then you don't have a door, right? So that's not how you add a door for curtain walls. So let's see how you should do that. So go back to your first floor. First thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have enough space for your door. So here, if I measure this, that's about 14.18. Is that 1.4? Hmm. Okay. So not bad. So that could be a huge door. You can always resize this. If I go to my west elevation, okay, if I go to my west elevation, I can always resize this by adding more grids. Okay, so I can add more grids. So maybe one grid right here. And then I can now use this as my door opening. So I can always uh, select, see, the grid and bring that to its proper size. So let's say one door will be about 900. Okay, so that's a 900 door. If it's a double door, then you need a bigger space. So we'll start with a single door right here. Now, for your door, you need also the height. You need to check the height. So if I hit the tab key, you want to select the grid. Okay, so that's about 2400. So maybe the height is just 21. So you can say 2100. Okay. Oops, didn't change. 2100. Enter. It's pinned down. So let me unpin that. 2100. There you go. So I have a 2100 by 900. I think that's a good opening. Of course, when you're doing this, you want to make sure you design your grids properly so that the door is at its proper location. So you can always move all of this, right? Unpin, move it as you please. And then once you have your door opening, so that will be one glass. Of course, you don't want a mullion here. So you can select that and hit the delete key. It will not be deleted until you unpin it first. Hit the delete key. So you don't want a mullion there. Otherwise, people will trip going in your entry area. Before I do the door, if you want the horizontal mullion to be dominant, so you can select this and click on that toggle mullion join. Okay, so select that, click on the toggle mullion join. So whichever direction you'd like to select, that's how you do that. Okay, so once you have a nice opening, so this is 900 by 2100, hover over the edge of the mullion and click on the tab key until you get this curtain panel. Okay, click. Okay, now then you can select a different system. You need to unpin it first, and then you can select a door system. Now, I don't have a door loaded yet, so I actually need to go back and insert a door. So I miss a step, no problem. I just go back and say insert load family doors, and you should have here, make sure you are in the metric option or folder. You have here a single glass door, curtain wall single glass door. That's how it's going to look like. These are your double doors. You need a bigger opening for that. So curtain wall single. Select that and click on open. Once it's loaded, you can now go back and reselect the curtain panel and change this to, where's the door? Right there, door. And there's our door. Now, it looks like a panel. Of course, you can see this hinge side graphics. So go back and choose a fine detail so you can see your handle right there. And of course, if you go to a shaded view, you can see your door. Okay. Now, using the same technique, you can actually select, okay, tab, select a panel. And let's say I want to change this to a solid glaze. I can right click and say select panels along horizontal grid. So that will select all of this. Okay. Unpin. And then change this into a solid glaze panel. Now, with a solid glaze, you can edit that and maybe change that. Right now, it is no. I think I can change the material. Okay, I can change the material here to any material I'd like that to be. So let's say copper. Click outside, go to a 3D view, and go to a realistic. There you go. So instead of a glass material, you can change that to a solid material. If you don't want the mullions there, then you can, okay, select the mullion and right click. Let's see, can I select mullions on horizontal grid? Nope. See, I need to select each of the mullion. Select and unpin and delete. Select, unpin and delete. Select, unpin and delete. So you can have a straight, since this is a, this could actually be a wall. If you want that to be a brick wall, you can also do that. So select panels along horizontal grid. So instead of a solid grid, solid panel, you can also change that into a brick wall. Right? So you can change the top into a brick wall as well if you want to, or change it back into a glaze panel. So all you need to do is, again, select, tab, okay, right click, select panels along horizontal grid, and change it back to whatever material is available. So I want to bring it back to a solid copper.